For most of us, it's one of the biggest deals we'll ever make in our lifetime, buying a piece of real estate. And getting a good deal requires understanding of many factors, one of which is how to negotiate when you're purchasing an apartment or land. So here now to help us with some money-saving advice, real estate expert and CEO of real estate company Getter Group, Shia Getter. Shia, thank you so much for being with us today. You're also the author, of course, of everything you need to know about buying real estate in Israel, so you're the perfect person to talk to about this topic now. So what preparations or steps, this is my first question, does one need to take before even meeting with a property manager?
The first step I would say the person needs to take is to take a step to himself. The person has to be very clear about himself, what he's looking for, where he's looking for, how much money he has. The first thing is the person has to be very clear about himself, where his direction is. If he's not clear about himself, what his direction is, so what happens, he finds some broker, which is a very good manipulator. Very easily, this broker takes him to a different path, which he never dreamed that he really wants to go to. So the first very clear rule the person has to know is to be very clear about himself, his budget, the location, what he's looking for, in which area he wants to go, that he shouldn't be taken in a different path that he wants to go.
All right, so I've decided where I want to live. I know my budget more or less. I've decided maybe what I'm looking for in terms of my housing. Now what? I walk in. What are the winning tips that viewers can take to negotiations?
So first of all, negotiation. Most people would take the negotiation and say, let's say, if the seller will ask for 3 million shekel, so they'll come and say, I want to give only 2.8. And without really taking into consideration how much this property is really worth it. Because the person, before you give an offer, you have to do a proper research to check out the location, to check out the area, and to check out this specific building and how much this specific apartment is really worth it. Sometimes you may find that the price that the seller is asking for is a reasonable price, and maybe it's even cheap. And you come and you say 2.8, and you're losing the deal just because he asked for 3. I'm going to say 2.8. On the other hand, his 3 is a very good price. On the other hand, you might find that it's not worth it, and the price is even less than 2.8. And just offering 2.8 because he asked for 3, it's not going to do you any good. So that's the first tip, to make a proper research how much this property is really worth it. And then the next tip is very important, that a person has to have a plan B. If you come into this apartment and you want to buy only this apartment and you don't really have another option, the seller sees it in your eyes and you come to negotiate on a very low level. You don't have any strength to your negotiation. No leverage. And he takes it forever he wants to take it.
All right, so is there a situation in which, everybody wins, in which the seller and the buyer both come out getting everything that they want? And how do you get to that point?
It's very important. It's very important that every deal should be a win-win. And always there might be one side that gained a bit more than the other side, but if the person makes the deal that one side is the win and the other side is the lose, at the end of the day, the one who wins, he loses as well. I've seen many different stories where maybe the seller went and tore out light fixtures and stuff like that because he felt that he was taken and he was pressed into a price that he didn't want to give. On the other hand, if the buyer paid too much, so then when he comes to take over the apartment, he comes and he shows this scratch, that scratch, and the nature of the deal is not good. It has to be a win-win where both sides are happy.
All right. Shia Getter, CEO of Getter Group and author of everything you need to know about buying real estate in Israel. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you very much.